Glory to Ukraine, glory to brave Ukrainian army. Ukraine stands, Ukraine's fighting against Russia terrorist state for the democracy in the whole world. Today I will show you my beauty rose variety called Freifrau Caroline. This is Cordes rose and the colors or pictures will be from her first season in my garden. It was 2025 and it was her first season, and she impressed me very much by her first season in my garden. First of all, she impressed me by her fragrance. As it is stated, I could confirm that there is a mix of different notes in this fragrance, but you could distinctly feel notes or size of flower geranium one, and maybe this flower is familiar to you, but it is familiar to me because I have it in my garden, and it grows near Mounstead Wood, and I like to be there. I like to get rid of weeds from that geranium because I like how it is, how it smells. And this one, Freifrau Caroline, this deep rose, deep fuchsia variety, I also like her and love her because of this distinctly felt note of geranium flower. In addition, it has, as I have mentioned, she's in very rich pink, deep fuchsia color, and this color, it could be also more intense during or after the or during the mornings, or after the raining, or after the thunderstorm, or prior to thunderstorm. So when it is mostly cloudy conditions, the color is much more deeper and much more intense. Form of the flower is also very nice, very nicely looking, very neat, very tidy, very pretty one. And the form will be changing, so flower it opens it opens slowly, pretty slowly, and it stays on the bush pretty long, for a week maybe even, and it will change its form during this opening. It will be more tight, and then it will be opened, and it at the end of its blooming, of its flowering, each separate flower, it will will remind me even some David Austin roses, like for example Darcy Bustle or Tess or even Kate. There is some similarity between these varieties, Freifrau Caroline and David Austin roses mentioned by me. And at each stage of the opening, the flower is very rich, very interesting, and I must admit that this variety, she suits perfectly well either for gardening, for planting. The same for different floristic aims. You could put it into the vase, you could cut, you could form bucket, either from Freifrau Caroline itself, or combined with different annuals, perennials, grasses, etc. In any variant, she will impress you. Also, in any variant of planting, she will impress you. This could be central accent of your flower bed, or this could be even some rose border, or maybe some a combination, or maybe some mono planting. She will suit for any plants of gardener, and will serve any aim of the garden, for the gardener. She's not influenced so drastically by sun condition, by heat condition, by sunny exposure as, for example, Astrid Griffin von Handerberg. The latter one, she feels not so good and she lose her beauty under the sun exposure. But this one, Freifrau Caroline, she feels pretty well, pretty good, especially if you will water it her enough prior to the long-lasting sun exposure or long-lasting hot period. And I am watering enough. I am mulching my roses and my other plants, my other flowers, and they feel good under different conditions. Of course, she has a pretty big flower, and this flower, in order to be opened, she needs enough watering. As I mentioned, she needs enough nutrition, and she will be very grateful for this nutrition and for enough watering. She behaves very well from a health perspective. I have not spotted any mildew signs. I have spotted some basic signs of black spot, but they were not severe and very tiny ones. So yeah, this variety, she will play also in color. Color, as I have mentioned, it could be more deep, and it even could demonstrate some violet shades. This depends on the day of flowering, on the weather condition. Yeah, different conditions they influence how a flower will demonstrate its color. So this variety, as as she lives in my garden for the first season, she impressed me already, but I could only guess how she will impress me the second season, when the bush will be much more bigger. I hope so, of course. If wintering will be good and will be positive, I anticipate that the bush will be much more generous, much more branchy, and as a result, it will grow me much more buds, and all these buds will be opened into flowers. And I will definitely cut this flower into vase, and will place this vase with this beauty near my usual place of work, or where I have some maybe kitchen aids, etc., etc. Because I like or I love to smell this flower. I like to smell this aroma. It is impressive, and it's very interesting for rose, I must admit, because I have had more than 500 varieties already, and I have felt a lot of fragrances of different rose varieties. But this one, she impressed me with this aroma and this fragrance very, very much. Very, I would say, promising variety, very good variety, and very interesting one. And I would definitely recommend it to be planted in your garden and to be grown in your garden. So yeah, maybe you already have it. You planted this variety. Maybe you have planted a couple of them, of these roses, Freifrau Caroline, I mean. Maybe you have something similar with notes or with fragrance of geranium, and whether do you like how geranium smells. It will be very interesting for me to read your comments, and as usual, I would thank you for the activity under the video, for all your comments, and till the next video. Bye.